Oh, hi, chat. Mr. Princess, though, in a fit. This is Blue. It's kind of like Woody as a name for you, but you're not mine, so I can't name you, but I do like it. The sheriff.
Were the cleaners here yet?
Yeah, they're here.
Okay, one of them called me, and I tried calling back, but it wouldn't go through.
They're probably just trying to get the gate open. Mm. Mm. Oh, Mr. Blue's so loving. He's so calm. He's so pretty.
He really is.
A pretty boy.
Hey, no one's pooping, guys.
This is the little blue I carry. When did he grow to be so tall? Wasn't it yesterday when they were small? He's just so cute. Look at him, Jack. Look at this pup. Isn't he cute? I want to boop him right on the snoot. Did you take Prince out yet?
No, I'm waiting for him.
That's good. Don't take him out while he's crying. Oh, he's right there actually at the door, isn't he?
No.
Don't talk to him. It's worse. Just close the door on him. Just close the door. You give him attention.
I'm waiting for Loki.
Each of them go through phases where they're yapping. It's Prince's turn. We gotta learn it. Don't get attention when they yap. No yap. We don't yap. We're big boys, right? Ooh-doo.
Sky's starting to bark too. Rocky?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's barking.
They go through phases. They'll tire themselves out and learn that it don't work. Want some belly rubs? Tickle spots? No? Is yours on your chest like your daddy? Oh, does he sit over here? A little bit? He's got his mama's bark.
Yeah.
But he feel like she's at the door demanding treats. Like, give me all those bones while you're over there.
Thank you, Lulu, for not barking. You're learning.
He need to go potty too. Like the baby. Baby.
I'm gonna let you find a show. Somewhere.
Hey, look at my smoothies. Get my DoorDash. My smoothie. Thank you.
Every single year, as many as 2,000 species are declared extinct worldwide. But what if I told you that just because a species is declared extinct, it doesn't mean it's truly gone? It happens all the time. Animals are rediscovered that were thought to be gone forever. In fact, I found 8 myself. So today, I'm going to be telling you about 5 more supposed extinct animals that I think could still be out there. First up, a giant bear with silver fur that used to once roam the vast pine forests of northern Mexico, the Mexican grizzly bear. A cousin of the American grizzly bear, the Mexican grizzly was native to Mexico and also used to range up into Baja California, a place I'm very familiar with. It was different from its North American cousin, as its fur color varied from pale, soft yellow to white, which would appear silver in bright sunlight. This is why locally it was called El Oso Platero, which means the silvery bear in Spanish. Sadly, like all rare or supposed extinct animals, it faced a grim fate at the hand of hunters, with its once expansive range reduced to just 3 isolated mountain ranges by the 1960s. At this time, only a mere 30 individuals remained clinging desperately to survival despite being protected. Yet relentless hunting pressure drove the Mexican grizzly bear to extinction, with the last confirmed sighting
Sent me money?
in
Where?
1964.
Cash App or somewhere
But
else?
hold on to your horses, or bears should I add, because the tale doesn't end there. A few years later, Sonoran farmers started speaking of their livestock disappearing under mysterious circumstances. They brushed it off as the work of coyotes or mountain lions, but a pivotal moment in 1976 changed everything. A Mexican grizzly bear, declared extinct 12 years prior, was shot and killed by a hunter. What? This just goes to show that when we think we know everything, the reality is we really don't. Think about it. In a place as vast as Mexico, a single Mexican grizzly was able to persist even after its reported extinction. So, what's to say that more couldn't be out there today? Speaking of, even to this day, rumors swirl of surviving bears taking refuge on a heavily guarded, gigantic ranch near.
That's because I feel like a lot of the animals they declare extinct, or, you know, it's in someone's best interest to declare it extinct so they can build on its territory. Otherwise, if there's endangered animals there, you have to have building regulations and stuff and get approval and permits and everything.
Near the Yaqui River. Now, I've actually had a guy reach out and tell me that his livestock has been killed by a large silvery bear in the area, but we haven't had the means by which to go down there because, one, it's kind of a difficult and dangerous area, and two, the guy that I was talking to actually died. So it makes it very, very difficult to gain access to this giant private ranch, but who knows, maybe one day we'll be able to get down there. In addition to the fact that there's banditos and cartel, pursuing an 800-pound elusive bear through these rugged landscapes presents a formidable challenge, and it's something that I would absolutely love to do, yet it'd be an expedition driven by the hope that just perhaps, the Mexican grizzly bear still roams the wilds of Mexico. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I think that the likelihood of the Mexican grizzly bear's rediscovery is pegged at a relatively low 3 out. Its upper and lower jaws. Sounds like something out of a Star Wars movie, yeah? You wouldn't be wrong for thinking.
Look at this little girl. Look at my little angel. And she didn't jump the fence. She came up the crate. White is the fence jumper. Cutie patootie. Can you stop simping, Matthew? I only want you to simp with money. Stop simping without money. You're being annoying. You make me want to barf. She don't know you, little bro. She not gonna fuck you. Prince! Hush!
You gotta put him back in his crate.
No. No. Hi, baby. Hi, little baby.
Please behave. You'll get your daddy ready.
You can take Yellow too. Little angel. Yeah, little angel I have. Oh. Hey! Oi! Oi! I don't want to hear it. It's treat time.
charger for that was right over here last time I saw it. I plugged it in that outlet. Is this it? There it is. Is it? Nice. Hey, puppies. Hello. Hi, sweeties. Beautiful photograph we built. Masterpiece. Let's clear out the floor and do another vacuuming. Yeah, for sure. Disinfectant wipes? There is, I assume. Yeah, they're over there in the puppy room. I mean, there's also disinfectant wipes, like, inside. Yeah.
Making them sit always makes them quiet down, check. You're still sitting at the door, like more. Is there more? What on earth are you eating on the smoothie? What? Huh?
I said I gotta take therapy in the car when I get there, so Jake's gonna cover while I'm there.
Okay, sure.
Good morning.
Morning.
What's up, man?
Yes. I'm gonna go my car.
For sure, for sure.
I picked up those pieces over there.
Oh, yeah. camera. It's on the floor, I just assume it's cookies. No, I'm gonna file. Okay. I'm good.
Alrighty.
But it's a real-life animal that has eluded Western scientists for centuries, which brings me to number 2 on the list, the Moluccan Barbaroussa. Well, although it looks like a straight-up cryptid pig, little is known about the Moluccan Barbaroussa, because it's never been observed by Western eyes. However, as settlers encroached upon its habitat in Indonesia, this weird pig faced increasing threats to its survival. Deforestation and hunting pressure took their toll, pushing this elusive species to the very brink of extinction. Our knowledge of this creature comes solely from museum specimens collected by adventurers decades ago. Despite the challenges it faced, the Moluccan Barbaroussa's legacy lives on in the stories and legends passed down by the indigenous people of Indonesia. Tales of sightings in the dense forest and rugged hills of the island, where the Barbaroussa is said to roam in secrecy, have persisted through generations. But why do I believe this creature could still exist today? Well, the fact that parts of Indonesia are just so remote and
Seems counterproductive to have tusks that go inwards towards your skull.
inaccessible would provide a ton
hurt
of
yourself
ample hiding
eventually.
spots for a creature keen to stay hidden. Additionally, reports from locals who claim to have seen or heard the Barbaroussa in the wild offer tantalizing hints of its continued presence. One particularly interesting legend tells of a daring hunter who captured a live pair of Moluccan Barbaroussa to present as gifts to neighboring islands. However, the creatures managed to slip away into the wilderness, evading capture. As we all know, at times the locals seem to know way more than scientists that just sit in their office all day long. We've seen this with tons of rediscovered species, where local indigenous people have been telling tales of their existence, and Western science has ruled it off as folklore. This could just...
Sorry if I don't take your opinion seriously, Padrino. I just woke up. We're learning some facts about cool extinct animals after I just put 10 of my puppies in their playpen. He said, "How much money do you need, Queen? Calling me pig turns me on. What do I get if I give you money? What's happening with you? Why do you watch this? How much money to marry you, Amouranth? I've sent you some money, Queen. How you gonna spend it? I want to see your feet. You want some more dogs? What's happening with you guys? More dogs? So you like animals? You will become no interesting anymore." I mean, okay.
be another
Shut up
one
and
of
send me
those
more money,
instances.
pig.
And to find out if these legends are indeed fact or fiction, I'd love to embark on a journey deep into the heart of the Indonesian wilderness, trekking through the dense forests and rugged terrain, searching for signs of the Barbaroussa's presence. A tusk rubbed here, a muddy wallow there, offers a glimpse into its elusive world. Setting up camera traps during the crepuscular hours when the Barbaroussa is most active might just offer a chance to capture it on film, providing concrete evidence of its continued existence. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd rate the Moluccan Barbaroussa's chances of a comeback at a solid 7 out of 10. If you thought the Barbaroussa was elusive, then you may just need to meet the Baji, aka the Yangtze River dolphin. This freshwater dolphin, often referred to as the goddess of the river, weighs around 500 pounds and measures up to 8 feet in length. The Baji was one of the smallest dolphin species, yet it commanded a significant presence in the Yangtze.
He said,
River
sorry, I
ecosystem.
have some
Living in
issues.
murky,
That's for sure.
dark waters of the Yangtze, its small eyes that are adapted to low visibility conditions,
Ew.
coupled with its sonar, allowed it to navigate its environment with remarkable precision. The Baji's intelligence was also a defining feature, with studies suggesting complex social structures and communication among individuals. This is believed to have enabled the Baji to adapt to changing environmental conditions and navigate the challenges posed by human activity, such as damming and pollution. The Baji's tragic decline towards extinction can be attributed to a confluence of human-induced factors. Rampant industrialization along the Yangtze River brought about habitat destruction, with damming projects fragmenting the dolphin's once expansive range. Pollution from agricultural runoff, industrial waste, and ship traffic further degraded water
Look
quality,
nasty.
compromising the Baji's health and reproductive success. Tragically, it was declared
sad
extinct
dolphins.
in 2006. While the last confirmed sighting of the Baji was in 2002, sporadic reports from locals and fishermen have since come to light, suggesting that remnant populations of this enigmatic species may still linger in the Yangtze's murky depths. In 2016, amateur investigator Song Kui claimed to have witnessed the unmistakable silhouette of a Baji leaping from the river, sparking renewed hope among conservationists and a piece of news I was super excited to hear. In fact, I wanted to go to China to try and find it myself. If I was to try and find this supposedly extinct cetacean, I'd employ a combination of traditional survey methods and cutting-edge technology, like I usually do. Sonar equipment could scan the riverbed for acoustic signatures indicative of dolphin activity, while underwater ROVs could visually survey potential habitats inaccessible to humans. Given the Baji's preference for remote, low-visibility environments, such as deep river channels and oxbow lakes, targeted searches in these areas would likely yield the best results. Local knowledge and collaboration
Keep sucking,
with riverine
Amouranth?
communities would
Is this turning you on because your penis is the same width? Definitely not this long.
also be invaluable, as fishermen and residents familiar with the Yangtze nuances could provide crucial insights and potential sighting locations. So when I did try and go into the Yangtze River to search for this dolphin in 2019, we had a pretty funny instance where I filled out all the paperwork, and whenever we launch one of these expeditions, you have to fill out all this paperwork to submit a proposal to the Chinese government to say that we were coming there to search for the Yangtze River dolphin. Now, what's really funny is I made a huge mistake. So I said on the application, I said, we'd like to come and search for the Baji, the Yangtze River dolphin, which went extinct due to over-pollution of the river. Well, I got a message back that was like, no pollution here, everything good, permit denied. And I was like, well, that's definitely not true. And so sadly, we were denied the ability to go to China and actually search for this animal. But given the small tidbits of information that we do have, and the idea that this animal is incredibly intelligent and could possibly move up the river into the headwaters of the Yangtze, I'd give this one on a scale of 1 to 10.
That's what I'm saying. They probably denied it because it's in the best interest of whoever's in charge of building in that area that it is extinct.
About a 4 out of 10 of still being extinct. Now, deep in Myanmar, there's a swamp so treacherous, locals whisper it swallows those who enter. But could this very fear be the key to a stunning secret? The survival of a duck with a pink head? Yeah, that's right. The pink...
Like, I was looking at houses while I was in California near Pebble Beach. And one of the properties I wanted to visit, gorgeous on the mountain, overlooking the sea. It was spectacular. But They said there's a bunch of like building restrictions and landscaping restrictions because native to the area is like an endangered species listed lizard. You don't have building restrictions though if the endangered animals suddenly become extinct. There's no conservation efforts that are quote unquote needed.
Pink-headed duck. This beautiful bird used to call the waters of the Gangetic Plains in India and the secluded riverine swamps of Myanmar home. Habitat destruction and human encroachment are believed to have decimated its population in the early 1900s. Although its last confirmed sighting was way back in 1949, it still hasn't been declared extinct yet. In fact, it's currently listed as critically endangered. Now let's talk about why I believe the pink-headed duck could still be out there, hidden away in the remote corners of its historical range. Locals in Myanmar, deeply connected to the land, often speak of fleeting encounters with this elusive avian gem, describing its distinct pink feathers. There's not a lot of animals out there with bright pink feathers, so it could only really be one thing. But what really piques my curiosity are the bird's unique characteristics and ecological adaptability. With its deep diving capabilities and preference for swampy habitats, the pink-headed duck is perfectly situated to thrive in the secluded wetlands and marshes where humans seldom tread. Let me tell you, as someone who lives in Myanmar, I can tell you how bad and difficult and treacherous that environment really is. These remote, unexplored regions offer sanctuary for a species that prefers solitude and seclusion. Despite decades of scientific exploration, our understanding...
Oregon fall or something with pilot's low enough, like if we're covering it right now. I know I don't want to. I'm saying there are things like that to protect endangered species, and there are fucked up, greedy, selfish corporations and individuals that just want to claim something is extinct so that they don't have restrictions anymore. They're put in place for a reason to help, but like he's saying, like just because they declared animals extinct doesn't mean that it actually is. A lot of times they're just pushing whatever project they want through for selfish reasons.
Of its behavior and habitat preferences remain limited. In 2017, the GWC, Global Wildlife Conservation, which is now...
It's kind of like how they say, it's like the opposite version. Instead of saying that they're endangered, they'll say, like the wild mustangs are overrun and like they're all over the population and they're overgrazing and stuff, but really they just want to move the wild mustangs out so they can move their cattle on. As if they cut down the number of mustangs in the land, cut down the number of land that needs to be protected, and they can use it for grazing. They're commercial cattle. And it's really sad.
One of the boys asked my son, "What does your mom do?" And he said, "She saves mustangs."
The first time that you ever saw these mustangs, describe the thing that popped into your brain.
They are the Earth's most beautiful, incredible creatures.
So important to keep.
Look at that. Yes, clearly they're overrunning the land. There's so many of them
These animals
compared to how much land they're on.
Sonia Spaziani,
It's
or
just
Mustang
too many.
Mary, as she's known across social media, has been tracking and advocating for wild mustangs and burros in Oregon's Steens Mountains since 1994. Her dedication and inspiring photographs have increased awareness and helped begin to spur better protections for our wild horses and burros and the ranges they roam. She's a true difference maker, a level-headed centrist, respected by all sides involved in the current unacceptable plight
I
of
didn't realize
mustangs.
that the dust body was
Instead
off.
of humanely being managed on the range, thousands are being rounded up and unnecessarily warehoused and even sold off at a huge expense to taxpayers.
We traveled through miles and miles of the open range today. The most epic experience of my life.
Wish it would save my taxes
gosh,
for
it's
me instead of
amazing.
using it to.
So it shows in the very
Mustang.
front seat her
Yes,
long mane. Oh my
yes.
goodness, I just love her.
How do you find these horses? Because we certainly did. So how do you explain how you find the horses?
Mostly it's knowing these bands and the stallions. They have certain territories, but also after doing this for so many years, there's a certain feeling. It's a Mustang radar. Well, there's your first official Mustangs right there. It's like you can absorb their wild and you come home just recharged and refreshed.
So after 3 decades of following these horses around, do you believe you're actually part Mustang?
My husband says so. It's like every time she comes back, she's more Mustang.
I love that. In what way?
Freer in thought, freer from constraints of society, just more interested in following the natural
The berry
progression
seeds in the
of
throat.
life, I guess, and not stressing the stuff that kind of keeps a person in a box, that a lot of people have been experiencing, and it makes you think in terms of a Mustang, and that's freedom and living to live and loving your family, but basically, bottom line.
We need to make that into a t-shirt.
I like that. The Mustangs that we visit tend to be a lot of pinto, and they're very distinguishable from miles away. We can establish bands. An average band is about 7-8 horses. Sometimes the bands congregate into a herd, and it's been wonderful following them for a number of years now.
And is it a mixture of stallions and mares and babies, or describe that?
It's every stallion's goal to be the sole stallion. And typically, since childhood, we have learned that it's one stallion to every mare, but we have found through our many years of following these horses, it could be the one stallion, but then he'll have lieutenants or other stallions trailing the herd in hopes that one stallion will be overthrown or they can pick off mares. But typically, the strongest will prevail, which is the amazing thing about Wild Horse Society, is that the strongest will procreate the next generation for better and stronger Mustangs.
Oh, look at them right there. So what struck me immediately when I saw these animals was that they look so incredibly healthy. And I guess I wasn't really expecting that. How does the range affect them? It seems like they're in their perfect environment here.
They really are. They basically have everything that they need. And what makes a Mustang is the strife, the good and the bad that comes with the environment, the different seasons. But they also know when it's the fall season that they'll spend more time grazing, for instance, and get ready for the harsh winter season, which is no growth. And they just have to sustain on what is available. But basically, they have everything they need.
I mean, there was no evidence of any kind of parasites or worms, and that really struck me. So how in the world do these animals stay parasite-free in this environment?
It's been wonderful to learn on this journey, and they will nibble along the sagebrush, which we have plenty. It's dotted across the whole country, and it's a natural dewormer. We have never, in the years and years that we've been out here, come across anything that would cause an alarm for parasites.
So tell me the first time you ever saw a wild Mustang.
Oh gosh, 1994, my husband and I were driving just back dirt road, and they just happened to, this is before I even realized that there were Mustangs. I heard that there were some like in the West, and I didn't think that I'd be so lucky to have them in my own state, but we went out to this part of the country in Southeast Oregon to just be
Damn,
out.
that's how you know chat's down bad. They're simping over middle-aged married women talking about horses. Chat, y'all need a drink. Calm down. All right. Make me uncomfortable watching.
It's
like I
sent
need to leave these
scientists
women
into
alone.
the area after numerous locals suggested the bird may still spend time around the Indagui Lake in Myanmar. However, the bird eluded the searchers as they were not granted access. The inaccessible swamps of northern Myanmar are feared by locals, as many who
Like, I
enter
feel like I'm harassing these women by bringing these people to them.
never return. Trust me how I know that, because when we went there, we witnessed a poor young man get ripped to shreds by a crocodile, and we were
I wanna
able to save his
apologize to
life.
them.
But this was
so
just
sorry.
one of a very few group of people that lived in these swamps of Myanmar, and it is a treacherous, treacherous place. And you know what? That's not a bad thing for the pink-headed duck. That fear might just be adding to the mystery of the pink-headed duck's potential existence. I mean, think about it. If hardly anyone can venture into these remote, secluded marshlands, who's to say what could be lurking in the shadows? So yeah, the fact that it's practically impossible to explore these areas only fuels my belief that the pink-headed duck could still be out there, evading detection and enjoying its solitude in the heart of the swamps. And you know what? It's a bit like deja vu with the pink-headed duck. It reminds me of the Rio Apaporis caiman down in Colombia. This crocodilian species was believed to be extinct or at least hidden away in the heart of the jungle. The region was like a fortress, inaccessible to scientists in the outside world, but thanks to the presence of FARC rebels. But guess what? When we finally got the green light to go in and search for it, we hit the jackpot. There it was, alive and well, thriving in its secluded haven. So who's to say that the same couldn't happen with the pink-headed duck? And for this reason, on a scale of 1 to 10, I rate the pink-headed duck's chances of still being out there
This guy
at
looks
a
like a
solid
Hemsworth.
8 out of 10. Next up, a 25-foot-long alien-like creature with a...
He look like a Hemsworth. The fuck? What was Chris's older brother? I forgot his name. Not younger, older. Luke. Luke kind of looks like Chris Pine. How do all these actors look related? I guess it looks more like Liam, actually. Looks like a mix. Like a mix of the two. I mean, sort of. It's like a mix of the two.
literal saw for a nose, the large-toothed sawfish. Now, this majestic member of the ray family can be found in tropical and subtropical coastal waters more or less across the globe. Its namesake comes from the fact that it is adorned with 44 equally spaced, large, razor-sharp teeth along its rostrum. I mean, just look at this thing. Growing up to a length of over 25 feet and weighing 1,300 pounds, this creature is a true alien of the seas. However, rampant overfishing and habitat loss have pushed this species to the brink of extinction, while it's believed to be functionally extinct in the U.S. since its last sighting in Florida back in 1961. There's still reason to believe it might still roam the depths of our ocean, and there's some hope. Reports from avid divers shared over pints at local watering holes like the Florida Keys Brewing Company and Sharky's Pub tell of encounters with aggressive sawfish nearly 20 feet long. These reports, while anecdotal, fuel the hope that perhaps the large-toothed sawfish still persists in the U.S., evading human eyes but not disappearing entirely from our oceans, at least not in the U.S. We know that the large-toothed sawfish is still out there in small populations in places like northern Australia, but the fact that it hasn't been seen since the 60s in the U.S. leads us to believe that it's extinct here, but leaves me with the hope that it could still be around. Some speculate that the large-toothed sawfish, which was once abundant in the U.S., may have been migratory, with potential breeding populations finding sanctuary in the Gulf of Mexico. So while sightings may be scarce in their former range like the Florida Keys,
you don't get that,
these creatures could
they're grabbing a
potentially
screen in the
still
corner of
exist
the white
in
placement
lesser
in there.
explored regions. Essentially,
the
places
mesh
where humans
covering
are.
of the
While
shell.
official records may paint a grim picture of extinction, there's a compelling argument to be made for the continued existence of the large-toothed sawfish in the Americas. The whispers among divers,
And
coupled
the
with scientific
white corner of
theories
the
of
playpen,
migratory patterns
go check it.
and
The white
potential
walls,
breeding
it's like a
grounds,
mesh thing
offer
they're pulling down.
a small, but still a glimmer of hope for the survival of this alien creature, and I truly hope it's still out there. And because it's not really an extinct species, but once again my favorite, a lost species, I absolutely think that in our lifetime, we are going to see the resurgence of the large-toothed sawfish right here in the US in a small, fragmented population. And because of this, I'm going to give this one a solid 9 out of 10 of popping back up in the USA. So there you go, 5 more extinct animals that I believe could still be out there. What do you guys think? Do you think any of these creatures are still out there? Do you think I'm missing the mark? You know what? I have a list, just so you guys know, of 1,600 believed to be extinct animals that I actually think could still be out there. So let me know down below in the comments if there are any of these animals that you'd like me to go over, any of these creatures that you think could still exist that I might be missing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the channel. It helps me put out content that you guys all love, and it helps me keep talking about my favorite thing, extinct animals.
Puppies!
Other ones like the velvet ants were insane. Like the velvet ant, it's the one we did in Africa is really small. It's a wingless wasp.
The mesh in the corner. They're
but
pulling
they
it.
call it an ant.
Yeah, the gray screen in the corner by the Santa.
My goodness. Man, if you watch the video, it's disgusting. They got like high speed of like this massive pus.
Oh my god. It's dangling down into the playpen.
That's a
In the
dope
back
animal
corner.
superpower that your blood, like, hey, feel free to fucking squash me, dude, but I'm gonna burn the shit out of you.
They can spray it. They can spray it as well. Wow. Yeah, you're supposed to blow them off. If the guys are smart. That's the only way to get them not to spray on.
Well, that velvet ant that you just pulled up there.
Yeah.
That's got like the longest sting out to body size of any insect.
Okay.
And it was like its sting is longer than its body, and that was mind-blowingly painful. It only lasted a little, second, but it was insane.
Velvet ant. Where did you guys do the velvet ant?
We've done that in Africa, but there's lots of different species, and we've done another one at some point, and it was bad as well. And Rob, you've been stung a few times by them, haven't you?
It's like 4 or 5 at this point, yeah. But the one we did in Africa and then the other one we did were the worst. I got stung in the neck actually by one in Africa. And
oh fuck.
Believe it.
I don't care anymore.
Every single
They do escape. We have an escape artist. Hurt your hands in my ear.
They're puppies, they fall over each other all the time. They only easy to do this. Yeah. That way it's nice and secured. Check upstairs. Oh yeah, check upstairs. I got the trash. Oh, here, take these little one here. I'm gonna do a vacuum upstairs.
Okay.
single year, as many as 2,000.
Okay.
Look at these gates. Size of these gates. This is Jurassic Park. Start to cue the Jurassic Park music. This is the day in the life at what many consider to be the best zoo in the world. And I'm taking you on this behind-the-scenes journey alongside the people who dedicate their lives to caring for the incredible animals who live here.
San Diego Zoo, I've been there. It was a pretty cool zoo.
The day begins bright and early with a behind-the-scenes look into the highly popular and heavily fortified polar bear area.
So first thing we'll have you do is...
And helping to ensure my safety this morning, well actually, more importantly the safety of the bears, this is Becky, a native of Philadelphia who's been out here for 7 years working on the polar bear team. We pull yesterday's garbage out to the curb for pickup and grab the daily tub of produce that's already been dropped off by the forage team. I would love to, actually. What's in here?
It is all of our produce for the day. So it's some lettuce, some melons, some yams.
You notice Becky's got her bear spray on too. Do you come in to work with that on?
Well, so we pick it up when we get here in the morning. But yes, anybody that works with dangerous animals has to wear our bear spray. Yeah, so they'll deliver something daily, so that tub gets delivered every day, and then anything we need, so if we need meat, we need fish, we need bones, anything like that, we can order.
Today's fish.
Today is live fish day. So they'll come in a little bit later, yes.
Amazing.
Our fridge contains what was prepped yesterday. One of our bears gets some joint supplements, so we set it up in this. It's basically fish jello. This is the diets for both the girl bears.
Whoa, what's in here?
So it's ground up beef with some supplements and other things added to it that
Some
you
pellets
wouldn't want to eat, but is good for carnivores in the zoo.
Where did you get started? What's your story of getting to the San Diego Zoo?
I initially thought I wanted to go to vet school. Realized very quickly I was not going to get into vet school, which I think is the case with a lot of people that get in this field. And then I was like, what else can I do with animals? And kind of zookeeping was something I became interested in while I was in high school. Went to college with the intent of getting a degree to get me into this field. So I have a degree in biology. Then I did a bunch of internships, got some part-time jobs, and then I ended up in Dallas, Texas for 11 years working at the zoo there. And then I moved here in 2015. Not necessarily thinking I would ever end up working with polar bears, knowing that it was part of this team, but this team is all carnivores and hoofstock. And I like kind of having some variety. And so that was part of the reason I applied for this job, and here I am almost 8 years later.
I learned very quickly how extensive the note-taking is in terms of tracking and monitoring both the polar bear's behavior and the efforts of the team. First, a daily log of food, projects, and any habitat maintenance needed. Next, a large whiteboard of updates, measurements, important reminders, and their daily grocery list. And a calendar that keeps track of all of the bears' activities.
These different things that we give our bears to kind of make every day a little different, activities they're gonna get. So today, their breakfast is gonna be in a bucket of ice. Then they're gonna get what we call shakers, and they are gonna get live fish when they go outside later on in the day.
For those of you who are wondering, Becky just told me, this guy in the little pontoon boat there is the window cleaner. So you wonder how the windows are so beautiful and immaculate here at the zoo? There's a guy that comes around in a boat and cleans the windows every morning. I mean, there's a lot of pranks you could do on these guys. Just the stuffed animals. Now it's time to get into the habitat and start setting up for the day. Becky cleans up any messes from yesterday and then takes a water sample to check the temperature and pH levels from each of the 3 pools. Every week, they also send off a sample to check for any foreign or unwanted bacteria that could make the bears sick. Of course, with everything recorded and logged into the computer, we gotta get ready for the live fish delivery later today. About once a month, they get 10 live largemouth black bass. It's a very specific order because somebody discovered that this type of fish isn't susceptible to liver flu, a parasite that is fatal to polar bears. It's amazing to me how they figure that stuff out. Now, how did the polar bears get here?
So all 3 of our polar bears are orphans from the wild. So we have our brother and sister pair who are 22. They were orphaned in Alaska, so their mom was wearing a radio tracking collar.
Okay.
Scientists were studying her movements. Unfortunately, when they were about 3-ish months old, mom passed away. Luckily,
cool
because
job.
scientists were studying her and knew she had given birth,
I would love
they were
that
able
if
to
I
locate
wasn't
her den
a social
and
media
rescue
person.
them.
If I had to be a
Obviously, 8 months
normie,
old without mom around, they would've
zookeeper, it'd be
probably
fucking
not
sick.
survived for very long. Our older female, she was found when she was about a year old. She was wandering through town, eating
That's
trash
cool.
out of a trash dump, and she didn't have mom around. They received mom for about 2 years minimally. Honestly, coming into town and learning trash is a great source of food. It's pretty much impossible
She knows
to keep
the
bears
lore.
to stop doing that.
Okay.
And being that she wasn't old enough to be on her own, it was deemed that she needed to be placed somewhere. And that's when she came here to San Diego. So yeah, so most animals you see in zoos nowadays are pretty much born in a zoo.
Okay.
There's very few animals that come from the wild, and typically those that do are orphans or the like. Sometimes animals that are quote unquote problem animals on occasion may come into zoos.
And it sucks that like they become problem animals, but really they're just being animals in their habitat.
Yeah, there's bears.
Becky's setting up the water for our fish tank, but something really freaky. Come over here for a second. Can I go right to the side? We're standing there setting up the habitat, and I look over and you can't really tell because it's a downward moat and this is sloping upward, but she was just standing there watching us, and I thought she was in the habitat as we're in the habitat setting up. My heart skipped a couple beats. I just thought, oh wait, we're out here. She's out here. This is incredible. Hey girl. All right, we'll be over here setting up. If you need us, stay here. So this is the water tank where the live fish will go. So they have to get acclimated with the cold water that's in the habitat. So we'll get them delivered, we'll put them in here, let them get cooled down a little bit, and then they'll go right into the habitat. The anticipation is exciting. Meanwhile, it's time to prepare second breakfast. All right, now we're prepping
Second breakfast.
Second breakfast.
Second breakfast, whatever's gonna go out. So this is the bulk of their food that's gonna go outside when they go out to the main habitat for the day.
So Becky tells me one of the first questions everybody asks her is, how can polar bears survive in the warm climate of San Diego? And the short, simple answer is, it all comes down to their diet, and in particular, how much fat they consume. See, in the wild, polar bears get most of their calories from seal fat in the winter, and then use that fat source as energy in the summer when they don't eat much. Here in San Diego, where they don't need that thick fat layer for warmth or to store calories, they eat a much lighter diet of produce and leaner meats like ground beef. I guess it's just like taking off your winter jacket when you come inside.
Why they're so smooshy looking.
That being said, we do obviously recognize they are a polar bear and they naturally do still want to be cool. So
Yeah.
we do have our giant snow piles.
Yep.
Once they come out for the morning, they'll hang out here for a little bit while I clean inside, and then we open the doors and they can come and go as they choose. So it is air
Okay.
conditioned inside as well.
Nice.
And our main habitat pool, the water is chilled.
And what do you usually keep that at?
It's depends on the air temperature. It can be anywhere as down to close to 50 when it's cooler outside,
Okay.
up into a little bit over 60 in the summertime. But it's still
So good.
cool.
Okay. All right, I got my first job. I gotta stuff the tubes. This is chicken, basically chicken dog food. And we're gonna shove them in these tubes, equal amounts. It smells like beef jerky. Chicken jerky, I should say. All right.
Do something. I don't do this every day. We're actually going to put each one in an individual burlap bag.
Oh, wow, okay.
I saved 3 heads of lettuce, so watch us put one in each of these as well.
Okay.
Right.
We're off to the roof.
We're going up on the roof. They're going to be over top of there. Hi, buddy. Hi. You ready for a snack? So you can kind of out that direction, hopefully.
Throw it out there? You can have that one. That one's good too. Hey, Taki.
You can have it. It's okay.
So tell me, zoos in general. It's not a love-hate, but a bittersweet. So you
Yep.
love, and everybody I've met here, it's like you love the animals, But from a macro level, it's tough to look at. You're like animals in
Right.
cages, like these are the selected ones. What's
It's a
your
dichotomy,
perspective?
yeah. In an ideal world, they would not live here. But you look at where especially these guys came from, they wouldn't be alive if we hadn't taken them in.
I know there's old ways of how zoos are created, right?
Even since I've been in the field, it's gone through such a renaissance of like how we manage the animals and what we call choice and control. And, you know, as much as I have to dictate portions of their day,
Sure.
it's obviously inevitable that they live here. We try as hard as we can to give them as much choice and say over where they are, when they're there. We'll have days where I'm like, I need you to do X, Y, and Z, and they're like, I don't want to do Y, and you're like, okay, well now what's my plan? Because I'm not going to force you to do that. We're trying really hard to not just do what we call enrichment. So this would be considered enrichment. We gave them an item, they did what they wanted to do with it, solved the puzzle, they're done. What we're really pushing towards now is trying to come up with what we call experiences. So if they were in the Arctic, how would we connect days to days? So whether it's when we so these guys will get lamb carcass once or twice a month.
Yeah.
And so in the wild, when a carcass appears, something has killed that animal. So sometimes we'll do a different carnivore smell that will indicate to them, hey, another carnivore was in this area.
Yeah.
So we try to mimic that as well. So our reindeer, that fence line is actually our reindeer habitat. So sometimes we'll actually lock the bears out of this yard and we'll open the gate and the reindeer can come be in here like a reindeer would be in the wild. And then move the reindeer back, lock it all secure, let the bears come out, and so they've now experienced a reindeer has been in my area.
Okay.
Those kind of sense and experiences.
Yeah.
So it's a constant brainstorming,
That's
coming up
cool.
with new ideas and that kind of
Amazing.
stuff. So
And one thing I always go to, something that blew my mind recently, was in the last 50 years, we've wiped out, 70% of...
it's something crazy when you look across species, the amount of things that are either extinct, gone extinct, almost extinct.
Yeah.
There's very few animals that you can really think of that are like really doing great out in the wild. And you know, we can pretty much look at the way that we utilize things. It's our fault.
Yeah. And so would you say zoos at their best are helping in this?
Yeah, so I know I can speak obviously for San Diego Zoo, conserving animals in wild spaces, conserving wild spaces in general, all that stuff that, you know, we talk about. But, you know, it will speak for, there she goes. What are you doing? These guys are vitally important to doing a lot of research. Directly impacts polar bears in the wild. So we trained her to walk on a treadmill voluntarily to look at what a polar bear's metabolic rate is as they're having to travel further and further and walk further and further.
Yeah.
Scientists needed to know, well, how much energy are they expending, because they're considered a marine mammal. We did a hair growth study. So when you analyze polar bear hair, you can determine if they're exposed to stress, if they're exposed to pollution. It shows up as different chemicals in their fur. And again, she can walk away at any point through all of this training, which is what I love about the training that we do, is that it's all her choice. She knows she can walk away at any point. And on that note, it's getting real late.
We got fish. We got fish.
To take care of. We gotta go.
We got fish to take care of. Let's go. While Becky and the team wait on our live fish delivery, I'm able to sneak out and get 3 unique perspectives around the zoo. First up, I joined Matthew at the Elephant Center, who's collecting some of the 250 pounds of food each elephant consumes here per day. You doing this every day?
Yep, every day. Man. Elephants spend 75% of their day eating, so as an elephant keeper, that is one of our hardest tasks. We're only here 8 hours a day, so how am I gonna keep an elephant busy for 20 hours? So we try to make their diet last. It's gonna take an elephant a lot longer to process this branch than it is a flake of hay. That will probably do it.
I'm quickly learning that this job is no joke. Everyone on the team here literally pulls more than their own weight. We get inside the garage and weigh out the 177 pounds of the branches we just collected.
There you go, push, and now you're on. Oh!
From here, Matthew breaks down the daily diet numbers for each of the 4 elephants here at the zoo. Shaba, Sun Tzu, Nepo, and the 59-year-old Mary, who gets special treatment.
Mary's a little bit different because she's actually on her last set of teeth. So our volunteers are really kind, and they actually put all of her hay through a wood chipper. So that's where her hay comes in. chopped hay, and we basically chew it for him.
Man, fancy.
Carrots, yams,
It's like rabbit
wheat bran, which is a hot favorite.
They got apples?
These are their pellets, which is like a big old multivitamin. It's basically all of the things that they would be getting if they were eating trees every day. Shaba gets a coconut. The milk in here helps with their gut health.
Rations divided and measured. Now it's time to start setting up in the yard. Tough party set. Look at these gates. Size of these gates. This is Jurassic Park. Start to cue the Jurassic Park music.
All you gotta do is go straight.
Oh, that's it? Here we go.
Love elephants. That's so cute.
Straight all the way down to the end of the habitat.
Okay,
It's amazing creature.
There you go.
I'm doing 90% of the work. I'm just tagging along. You made it?
Yep. You can take a branch and put it wherever your heart desires. Rookie mistake.
The goal here is to scatter the browse, so at least it takes them a little more time and effort to run through. Matthew, look at this one.
Hey, way to use your head, man.
Yeah! This is the boy's footprints. Look at that.
All right, so we're gonna fill the seesaw pellet feeder that was homemade by another elephant specialist. So what you're gonna have to do is you'll take this, you'll throw it over the log, and we can fill the ball with pellets.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, we're great.
Oh, just so you know, it's not too flashy.
I got you, buddy. Yeah! Oh shit, now it's stuck. That one's work. That one hit me in the head.
Yay!
Alright, now what? That's just the start.
That was just the start. Just pull this tight.
Right.
And I need you to pull this down so that I can get the ball. And actually the ball is twisted, so we're gonna have to untwist it before we fill it.
Okay. It's gotta come down, right? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Show him, just show me. Yeah. They set up puzzles for the elephants to continue to use their brains, but really, the elephants set up puzzles for them so they continue to work. It is a cat and mouse game.
The elephant's gonna grab onto this piece, pull this down, shake it around, and the pellets will fall out of the little hole.
Oh, okay. Man, this is just one day. This is just one day.
This is 1 yard.
1 yard.
There's 3 more that we have to go and set and clean.
Pellets, check. Sun Tzu's coming in right now. He's testing out the work that we do with the pellet seesaw. He's not impressed. He walked away. This is a special one for me because this was my childhood dream.
Oh, nice.
Is to be a zookeeper, to be working with wildlife. And I didn't get to show that a lot in the travel side of videos. This new series that I'm doing is all just based on things that I really love and I'm curious about.
Well, I'm glad we had you and we could take you out here.
Minus the camera, whatever, this is a special day for me. Moving on, I go from the biggest animal at the zoo to one of the smallest. Alright, you guys, now we're over in the hummingbird sanctuary, and this is Tad. Tad's gonna be our hummingbird guru.
So we have little birds, we make little food. Because they're from the tropics, we love papaya, banana.
This is slightly more sustainable than the elephants, right? We chop up papaya, banana, oranges, avocado, collard greens, and mix it with a grain pellet. They're gonna know immediately. This was a guess, chef. This wasn't Tad's work. So how did you get to this spot?
I was at SeaWorld before this.
Okay.
I've been a keeper for almost 37 years. My end goal was to work at the San Diego Zoo since I was a little kid.
Really?
I was one of those keepers that asked the other keepers, how do I get a job here?
Yeah.
They would tell you, you gotta go to school, you know.
And did you go to school for?
You know, I have a partial biology degree, but I never finished. They offered me a job at SeaWorld. And
Really?
Yeah.
Any advice for the kids that want to get into this line of work?
Love what you do.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure. It's a job of passion, not necessarily, it's not 9 to 5. Because even though it's whatever holiday it happens to be, the birds still have to eat.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a dedication. I was one of those kids that brought little baby birds home that fell out of the nest.
Yeah.
So it was destined.
Then we pull out and mix in the mealworms, waxworms, and crickets. which apparently are chilled in the refrigerator so they don't run away. You have a mealworm guy?
We have a mealworm guy. I think we feed out over 100,000 mealworms a day.
And are they from a farm or what?
Somebody raises mealworms. Imagine that being.
Now that's a passion project.
Oh yeah.
All right, so this is all set up now, right?
It's all ready to go feed out. Let's go feed out.
All right, let's feed out. We sanitize our shoes each time in and out of the habitat to minimize anything messing with this carefully curated ecosystem, a la Pauly Shore's biodome. We give the fish a little love and then stock the
Mealworms are
birds'
very
feeding
important.
stations
Reptiles,
with what
birds.
looks like a Halloween-inspired mixed fruit plate. There's
Other
also
insects for
nutrient-rich
different
nectar that goes out
for different
around
animals.
the
So
facility.
many things eat mealworms.
This is where being
You gotta
a good waiter, a good bird keeper.
have someone make
waiting in my day. Here. Perfect.
So you have to step on that stone right there. Okay. Turn upside, give it a little shake a little bit. Gets all the bubbles out. Great. Yeah. Now make sure the nectar is flowing down through.
Coming?
You got it.
Nice.
Oh.
Here you go, buddy. Enjoy. Compliments to the chef, which is Tad.
Take some of those crickets.
Uh-huh.
And just kind of toss them on the boss.
Playing Waddle Jacana ring toss here with worms. All right, here you go, buddy. Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah, we're the first people to breed these guys in the United States. And so it's a kind of a funny story. She'll lay 4 eggs, right?
Okay.
As soon as she's done laying those 4 eggs, she's done. The male does 100% of the incubation and the raising.
No way.
Yeah. She's off to find another male.
A lot can be said.
Yeah, my wife loves that stuff.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. By 1:30, it's time to check in on, by a long shot, the oldest member of the zoo. All right, what do we got here, Chris?
So this is banana stalk.
Okay.
There's banana plants that grow around the zoo. And what banana does is it throws up a new fruiting body. You know, the bananas grow off the stalk and then the whole thing will just collapse and the new one grows up later off the same root.
Okay.
So we're cutting this stuff all the time.
These beauties are giant tortoises, and 8 of the 11 here at the San Diego Zoo were brought in on an expedition to the Galapagos way back in 1928. And almost 100 years later, they're still going strong.
We call it a finch response, or
Okay.
finching. And what it is, in the Galapagos, there are Darwin's finches, and those finches come down and they pick dead skin and ectoparasites like off their skin, and they clean them. So this is the same as like a sea turtle at a reef cleaning station. And to encourage those birds to keep, you know, working on their skin and cleaning them, they hold stark still and they stand up really tall and they expose all the skin they can.
Wow.
It makes them a user-friendly tortoise here at the zoo, because if we wanted to stand still, he'll stand still.
And who's the oldest here?
The oldest here is one of our girls named Grandma, we call her lovingly. She is estimated to be 138 years old.
And she came over on the
She
the
was
boat
one of
with
those
us?
original ones.
On the Mayflower of the tortoises?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now, what's your story with the tortoises? Have you always worked with them, or have
No, I've been with them now about 1.5 years.
Okay.
So I've always loved reptiles. Had a chance to volunteer with giant tortoises at another zoo years ago once, and they're just really fun to work with. So when the opportunity came up here to kind of do the day-to-day with them, I jumped on it because I've always had a thing for them. Big majority of their diet is grasses, and that's the big majority of what they eat here as well.
You, Penelope? Are you shy, girl? Hi, Grandma. You gotta respect your elders, Penelope. There you go, buddy.
Yeah,
all right, you guys. I gotta keep moving. I'll see you guys later. It was great to meet you, ladies. Most interesting ladies I've met in a long time. You know that? I think you guys are beautiful, just the way you are. Don't ever change. Although it's very enticing to just hang around with the giant tortoises for the rest of the day, I gotta get back to Becky and the polar bears, as we just got word that the live fish have arrived, acclimated, and are ready to be transferred into the main pool for the polar bears to hunt.
So we're gonna go this way. We're gonna throw them right in the safe throw. We're gonna place.
We're gonna place them.
Watch them. Make sure they don't flop out. And you can just put the net. And yeah, grab the net. Because sometimes they don't look float.
All right, guys.
There you go.
Go ahead. You guys are free for the moment. Good luck out there. With fish in the water and all of our supplies cleaned up, It's finally time for the show.
Oh shit. The duck's like, ah, snap. He's like, the bears are out. Bears are out.
And just like that, I don't think we're gonna top the polar bear scene, so I'm gonna wrap the video here. It's just after 7:30. The zoo's starting to close. People are starting to go home. A huge shout out to everybody who took time out of their busy schedule here at the zoo to show me a small peek of what it's like, a day in the life behind the scenes at the San Diego Zoo, which many people consider to be the #1 best zoo in the world. I am exhausted, I am filthy, and I couldn't be happier. If you guys haven't seen the first 3 episodes of this Day in the Life series, make sure you go check those out. There are some really interesting stories, in my opinion. And if you're more interested in, let's say, human food, go check out Gareth Eats. That's a brand new channel focused on food. With that said, again, make sure you pound that thumbs up button, it helps a ton. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Travel deeper. So this is much more of a laid back area to the zoo, isn't it?
Oh yes. Yeah, a lot of patient vibes going on over here. Yeah.
Very laid back here.
You definitely cannot be in a hurry.
You're not moving quick
to get them to do anything. Yeah.
Just cruising along throughout the day.
Yeah. No,
he's getting his cap ripped.
Keeps my heart rate down.
Yeah. All right. We'll mosey on out of here. Don't even try putting your lunch in here, Nancy. This is animal food only. I'm okay. Just nervous. Oh, I broke it. Oh boy.
Number 1 in the world, you probably doubt that. I think they mean like in terms of
Got it caught.
diversity, habitat quality, layout, visitor numbers.
So you're like a principal.
Stuff like that.
Yes, I am the
Fights. Who's got in trouble?
Yes.
Any advice for me to reach 138 years old? No? Eat more salads? Alright. Love you guys.
Kind of like an average of all those things.
So often, wild animals are the casualties of our human existence. Killed for profit. Their habitats under threat. Made to live in cramped spaces. Poorly fed. Destined to live out their lives in misery unless someone takes action.
I don't want to watch the worst zoo in the world. I'm gonna cry. Australia Zoo, that was cool too. Oh, you want to see Steve Irwin's granddaughter?
Have a look at this incredible bird. This here is a petrel.
Grace visits wildlife
Now,
hospital.
this is a northern
Granddaughter.
petrel. We're
Bendy's
very,
daughter.
very lucky to have her. She's actually here at our wildlife hospital. We're currently at our turtle rehabilitation facility, and she is undergoing treatment and care to be released back into the wild. She's taking to her food really well. As you can see, you want a bit of tucker? There you go. Oop. There it is, you got it. Whoa, just smashes it. They are incredible hunters, beautiful birds, and the southern variety of this beautiful bird is classed as endangered in a lot of their range. They're a very important animal, and we're so grateful to have her here and to be giving her a helping hand, get her back up on her wings, back out in the wild, hopefully very soon. My little niece is just over there. Grace is over there. So what do you think? Let's get Grace over here. Feeding the big old bird. Come on up, come on up.
Aww.
Now, tell you what I've got for you. We can give her a little fish if you'd like. Here she is.
Ready? And then throw it in the water.
Throw it just in there.
Ready?
Oh, she got it.
She looks like a mix of everybody. Her mom, her dad, Steve, his wife. I forgot her name.
Well done, Grace.
She got everybody's face.
It's a petrel. Now give her one more. Here we go. Ready? We're going to throw it in. Would you like to throw it? Hold just there and throw it in.
Is it Sue?
Oh, well done.
Oh, look at
She's got it. So she wasn't feeling too well. We're caring for her, and then we'll release her back into the wild. Because she lives out in the ocean. Look at those wings. Whoa.
How cool was that?
Wow. Oh. Do you know where petrels live?
Walking.
Water, that's
right. Petrels are they're a water bird.
Feet for swimming. You remember what they eat? Look here.
It's
Fish, that's right.
whale.
Just like whales.
Just like whales. Yeah, some whales do eat fish. See, Grace, you get toothed whales and you get baleen whales. Baleen whales primarily feed on plankton, and toothed whales will often feed on fish. Fun fact. And whales as a whole, whales, dolphins, porpoises, all fall under cetaceans. Cetaceans.
Sea dragon.
And sea dragons are in there too. They're in the water. Yeah. With albatross and petrel. Exactly. What's your favorite kind of whale? Do you like humpback whales? Or do you like
Killer whales.
killer whales? Orcas? They're great.
Big old petrel.
The big old petrel. There you go. What do you reckon, mate? Like the moving water? What do you think? Do you like that? You like that? What do you think?
Look at that. You see the water feed on me.
Wow. It's just like the ocean. Wasn't that amazing?
We'll go see
We'll go see the turtle.
It's a massive one.
It's a massive one, huh? Can you swim like a turtle? Like this.
Like this.
Like this, just like Teddy swims.
She doesn't have goggles on.
No, it doesn't have goggles on.
She sounds like Bingo or Bluey. I think it's Bingo. She sounds like the littler one.
Look, she took a breath. Oh my god, look, another breath. Look, she's saying hi to you. Oh, look, hi, Grace. She's a green sea turtle.
It's a marine animal.
Yeah, she's a marine reptile. Nom.
Can I do it?
Would you like to do it? Great, I'll show you how to do it. Here you go, and then you can open it up. And she'll eat it. Yeah, buddy. Good work.
to have babies. No, it's just a bit cheeky. A bit cheeky, yes. Who here's on school holidays? Yeah, good. Nice. Holiday. I don't even go to school anymore. Like, I've graduated, but I'm still stoked. School holidays. It is awesome. So good. I get to feed crocodiles. It's best. The day is sunnier. Your heart is lighter. The world is wonderful. Definitely. It's awesome. No one's got COVID. It's great. So far.
I just realized that she fits into the category I was telling you guys a while ago, how like every animal woman I know, like who either works with horses or dogs, looks the fucking same. Middle-aged white woman. They look like they could all be related. It's like an Officer Jenny, Nurse Joy situation. Let me see. Was her name not Sue? What was her name? Who was Sue? Maybe Sue was someone else in their family? I don't remember. Terry. Who was Sue? Was Sue a different dog? Suey? Maybe that's one of their other dogs. Weird. No, it's not Bluey. There's Sue. I remember Sue from something. Oh. Sue is, I think, Bindy's middle name. That's what it is. I think Sue was their dog. I think her middle name was after the dog. Okay. I'm telling you, it's like a character costume. I don't get it. I don't know why it's so consistent, but it is. That's crazy. Let me show you again, hold on. I'm getting the references. Mm. Oh my god, this is wild. Well, you'll see in a second. Hold on. That's crazy, bro. I don't know how they all look the same. Insanity. And then, what's her name? This one too. Let me see. I'm trying to find a picture of this other one too. Mm-hmm. I have to go for the older pictures. Oh, that's too far back. There it is. And then one more. It was really old. That is insane. All right. So we got Terry Irwin. Lady who works with Big Dog Ranch Rescue. My horse ranch friend in Houston. Knox's trainer. Another horse breeder I know. Oh, like this is like a trope at this point. Oh, also we can look up Yellowstone. Just like a young version. It's just like a character arc because her daughter looks like this too. This is like literally a character trope. I cannot, bro. I don't like. They all look like they're in the same family. It's crazy. See? I'm not making fun of it. I just find it insane that they all look the same. It's like those are the young, and then when they get older, they all look the same. I don't know what it is. Something about animal women.
Guess what? Chandler's here. Thank you. Yeah, good segue.
Character creation don't got enough options. True.
I've got a question for you. Yes. Now, there may be a certain person that's not here, but it is for a very good reason.
It's for a good
Why
reason.
is that?
Why is Benji not here amongst us?
So Bendy might be a little busy because she is with our little girl Grace, who is about to turn 6 months old.
What?
In just a few days, yeah? Very exciting. Very cool.
I don't like the quality of this audio.
Have
It
a
bothers
look.
me. As someone who visited full tour and review, that's cool. Guys, Poseidon's watch party. Alright, I mean, I guess we can watch it. We can always watch this one later. Why isn't Ice Poseidon on? If his Hunger Games is on.
I think that's why his is not going to be enough. That's good for pain. Yeah, don't get after them.
He's not live? Okay.
Don't worry, but this is a number this under.
Who's this guy?
Okay, cool. So he's paintballing. Yeah, multiplication, I guess. Yeah. I was looking at some online paintballing matches, people that like have gotten shot in the ear, they've lost their hearing forever. Oh shit, really? I'm dead from it. That's so worrying. Yeah. Do that. Yeah. In your case, you guys gets cooked today. All the players
Alright, someone to start. That's boring. I gotta piss. Hold on, I don't want to miss anything. Hold on, I think somebody got in the bunny room. I have to go look. It sounds like a bird, maybe.
Right there, just like Mr. Irwin used to wear, and where there's no shortage of little animals that you can buy. Probably see a lot of these animals, I would imagine, as we go into the zoo. I'm sure we'll see some of these wonderful little critters here.
I think it's the bird that doesn't have a mate who got pushed into the wall. He's all right. His feathers just on his back got ripped out, so he's like kind of bloody, but he's still like alert. He's going to the vet right now.
There's some crocs right there. Kangaroos. Now where are the koalas? That's what I want to see. I want to see the koalas. So
Yeah, there's like an odd man out thing. I think it might be a girl. I say that because the girl is chasing him away instead of the male, like the one who lays eggs is chasing it away. And it's the ones that just came into maturity, the white-winged doves. I have cameras, but the cameras are meant for dogs, so they don't really pick up on bird movement. They pick up on bird sounds because it thinks that they're dogs. It's like the Furbo cameras, so I didn't catch it on cam, sadly. But I can kind of deduce what happened based on their behavior lately.
there's your koalas. And here's a little thing that I haven't
What happened
seen.
is like she's been wing slapping that bird away, and so what I think happened is the bird lost its balance because they do it like on a cage on a shelf, like on top of a carrier, and it fell behind Toro's pit. But Toro was on the other corner. His mouth isn't bloody, so I don't think it was him. I think it fell between the fence and the wall, and it was struggling. And then one of the bars, as it was struggling, probably just scraped its feathers off because they're pretty fragile. And they lose feathers easy because it's a defense mechanism. So if like somebody caught it, because birds are really thin, most of their body is just fluff feather. So if like a predator grabbed it, they could escape still because the feathers detach pretty easy. Because he still looked alert, like it just like his skin was bloody, but it wasn't like cut into like Mochi had like a bunny bite. So I don't think it was the bunny. Yeah.
Seen yet in the wild.
It got scraped against the bar, caught between the bar and the wall.
Right there.
I think he'll be fine. He just needs
All right,
some
I
medicine.
need to find my way to the ticket booth, which is somewhere around here. So we'll go and see if we can't find the ticket booth and get ourselves inside and see some real animals. As you can see, I made it into the zoo, and this is the first thing that you see when you walk into the zoo, a wonderful sculpture of the
I
Irwin.
finally arrived. We're on the bus now. Okay, let me see. Let's take a look. Are you still not online?
I could have brought a fucking weed pack.
Why isn't he live?
No,
The fuck? I think it's yellow, right? In that one.
Oh, that's yellow.
Little angel. Are the names helping that I added to it? Angel? Oh, it's a baby.
She's the most chill one.
She just wants to cuddle.
She'd probably be perfectly content if you got her a chair. Put her right there. She'd probably just sit.
Probably.
Now the other ones.
Rocky might sit. Rocky also is chill.
He was screaming earlier.
Well, I mean,
It was mostly because of Prince, though, honestly. Prince and
Hey,
White
Rocky.
was eating.
What's up? How you doing?
yeah, Kayla came to me and she was like, I know I passed on yellow, but if me and my friends got a house, would you reconsider? And I'm like, I'm already keeping her now. I've already named her and everything. You can't do that. You had your chance. I let you decide till they were like 8 weeks old.
Yeah. Is she getting a house with her friends?
I don't know. She said if I do, so it's not even like for sure.
Interesting.
Now I'm attached. You waited too long. I don't get attached if they're claimed. Mhm.
Yeah, she had so many opportunities.
Mhm. I kept asking and asking, and she was like, "I don't know yet. I'm still considering." And then finally she came to me on her own and was like, "I have to pass." And I was like, "Okay." And then I fell in love with her. Now it's too late. Don't go breaking my heart.
Right?
Don't go breaking my heart.
What?
I knew that if I had adopted Lily, I would have been really, really upset.
Come here. Come here. Be patient with Mr. Squirmy Squirm.
Oh, I like gave my notice to vacate of my apartment. You have to give them like 60 days.
Oh yeah. Did y'all find a town?
No, we're still looking. But
What are you gonna do then?
we're gonna be out. We don't want to stay there.
You're gonna be homeless.
Well, because we said we're like, hey, we're planning on leaving, and they asked why, and we were like, we need a bigger place and like somewhere with a yard. And they were like, would you be up for negotiation? And I was like, sure. Because they have like downstairs with yards that's like attached to the dog park.
Oh.
And I was like, let's see how much those are. And they were like, negotiation would be to keep your same place for the same amount for 15-month lease. And I was like, what? That's not a negotiation.
Oh, so not moving to those units?
Yes. And I was like,
no, we don't want that.
Yes.
You're in the yard, bitch.
right.
Hey!
So not negotiable. That's like,
That's
we'll
not
lock you
negotiation.
in for this deal for longer. It's like, what?
Yes.
Or what they'll do is they'll be like, oh, we'll knock off like $50 a rent a month. And it's like, nah, it actually makes it more expensive, but nice try.
Apartments are a scam at this point.
Because they'll add the administration.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like $300 more after all the fees.
Mm-hmm.
You never lived in an apartment, did you?
No.
You're lucky.
Yeah, I went straight from my parents' house to another house. We're lucky, yeah.
We were just about to get a house. And then
COVID? Wait, and then what?
inflation started happening.
Yeah.
She's so lucky. She's a star.
Come here.
Where's your phone?
Over here, why? You need it?
I know. Come here.
It's right here. What do you mean? My phone. What are you looking for?
Your phone's right here.
Oh, yours?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see it. Oh, you want to go over there, girl?
There's nothing.
Oh.
There's nothing here.
Oh, you want to take a nap?
No, one of the guys just came in and was like, so I was like, oh, okay. Let me see.
Oh, sushi's here is what they're saying.
Oh.
Where do you get your sushi?
Oh, I forgot the place today.
You can go scavenge for some.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Every time we offer something, you refuse.
Because he's polite, unlike certain people.
It's on the floor right next to him. Just hit it.
Chad, did y'all clip me hitting him, bro? I hit him like 5 times. Instead of leashes, y'all wanted to see. So we've got bungee extended leashes to hang off of like the waist belts for walking. And then slip leads in different colors. These are like midway extensions to hang off the belt if you need a little bit longer. And these are like regular leashes that are kind of shitty, but they came with a collar set, so I have them. It's another slip leash. It's very old. It's older. These are all the new ones. And then this for collars. Lots of collars. And then here is like the chains to put on the locking belts. Here to hang stuff off of. They've made paw print decals for cars. I thought it'd be cute to make them walking across the walls. Test it out. Isn't that cute? I'm gonna have like a sign up there, so eventually they'll be like kind of trailing up to the sign. They're cute. I got like 40 of these paw prints. We're looking at paw prints are actual place. Yeah, they're rings for shower curtains. But they work. Those hooks. Spaced out a little bit more. Actually, I think it's okay if I just angle it more. I don't want to put it too low, because when I wrap it, it'll be too low. So that's actually okay. I'll just put the next one up higher. Yeah. The next one higher. like it. They're so cute. Like slightly bubbly too. So like vinyl decals for cars. They're reusable. It's like slightly like a raised texture. You're so cute. Leading up to it. Whoops, I did the wrong way. Oh well. There we go. Cute. I like it. It's very cute. It's so pretty. Maybe do this one. Yeah, I think it can. Just like a little bit spaced out more. Yeah. I'm glad they're reusable. Saves a lot of headache. W decals. And I can use them on my car too. I got extras. From a Jeep. Cute. That's better. I like that placement. I'm not gonna put too many of them because I want to wait till I have the sign to complete the trail up to it. And then buy the shelves before I decorate around those. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. I like it. It works nice. No, they don't have to. I'm not really doing them in like a walking way, because if I was doing walking way, you have to put two. But it's like, that's kind of hard to do when you're trying to like flow between signs. So I'm just doing more like a zigzag pattern, just evenly spaced. In like slightly different directions, so it's not too uniform. It's more like a paw print stamp. I like it better like that. Yeah. And then my new places for clean things. We got big mats, small mats like potty mats, towels, and blankets. Clean sign. And then I'm gonna also switch out this mini fridge to the bigger fridge. And we're still waiting for some more shelves too. There's gonna be like a dog feed station too. So yeah, it's coming along. I like it. Oh, you can see the paw prints from here. They're so cute. Let's see. I think it's looking at tonight. Yeah, it's shit. We can go back to seeing what they're doing on They Thirsty.
Here, hold this.